So, Skate is finally here. It is dropped for everybody on every platform. The game is currently sitting on a mixed rating on Steam, which I'm not exactly surprised about. I kind of saw that coming. All your kind of usual complaints are here that people have had for a while, complaining about the art style, the lack of game modes, no pro skaters, no story mode, no skate culture, that kind of thing. All the same stuff that people have had problems with from the start. A lot of people as well had problems just playing the game yesterday on the release. There was a lot of issues, day one issues. I think every game goes through that, but it was kind of even worse because this is an always online game. The servers were struggling a bit. Some people just couldn't get into the game. Some people couldn't get past the queues. Other people couldn't leave the tutorial, bug challenges, things like that. For me and a lot of other people, it did go smoothly. I only ran into a couple issues where I got kicked from servers, had to wait in the queue, but then I got back in pretty quick. You guys would have seen it if you watched the stream last night. But for a lot of people, unfortunately, it didn't go so well. That being said, there's still quite a lot of positive reviews here as well. A lot of people saying, the game feels great to play. The animations are sick. The sound design is sick. I'm not surprised by this reaction. I'm not surprised by it being mixed. I think that we all kind of saw that coming because the player base is very much divided. And you guys know that I've been very positive about this game on the channel, which a lot of people have, for some reason, have been pretty unhappy that I've been speaking quite nicely about this game. But I do genuinely enjoy it. I've been having a lot of fun. This is a refreshing game to play after playing a lot of Session over the last like 4 to 5 years. And of course I'm still playing Session. I go between this and Session. They're my two main skateboarding games. I'm looking forward to Session's update. I can't wait to see that, check it out, make some content on that. But in the meantime, Skate is really just... it's really where the fun is for me. I've really just been enjoying playing this game. I think right now really the big thing is, do they have enough content in this game to kind of keep people interested and keep people playing? Obviously, next month we have season 1, we have our first events as well, so there's going to be a lot of content there, but there isn't anything new here that wasn't already in the playtest version. So people like myself who have been playtesting this for a while, it's still pretty much the same game that it has been. There has been a lot of bug fixes. There's also been I think just some updates to the general gameplay. It feels a little bit smoother and stuff in certain areas. So yeah, I was kind of disappointed that we didn't see any new kind of features or additions added to this update for the main release. But that being said, I'm still just enjoying the game for its skating and for its gameplay. The sound design, the animations are all just great. And that's always kind of been what has kept me playing this game. And it's just great to see so many people finally get their hands on this game. And some people have been pleasantly surprised. People who were feeling pretty negative about it, and then they finally got to play it, and now they enjoy it. I've seen a lot of people say that they didn't like the look of the game, but then they started to play it, and they are very pleasantly surprised that it's a lot of fun. There's obviously people who decided they didn't like this game. It's not for them, and that's completely fine. So they're going to stick to Session. They're going to stick to Skater XL. I, for one, just love any sort of skateboarding game, and okay, that is insane. What just happened? I think I'm gonna have to restart the game here, so bear with me for a couple seconds. Okay, we're back. But hey, this is the real Skate that you're gonna get. I'm not sugarcoating it just because I like this game. This is what you can expect. There's still bugs, there's still glitches. Although they patched a lot of the stuff out that was in the earlier versions, there's clearly a few new problems have come up, I've noticed. All we can hope for is more bug fixes in the future for these things. Anyway, back to what I was saying. Quickly do that. For me, I'm very much in a position to be thankful for like every skateboarding game that comes my way, because as a content creator, the more the merrier, and also as a player, the more the merrier. But I enjoy making content on pretty much every skateboarding game that I think is interesting, such as Session, Skater XL, Skate Labs, Skate House. I just wish there was less hate surrounding these games, because unfortunately there is just a lot of negativity. And I'm not talking about criticism. Criticism is very much valid for every single game. Every game needs constructive criticism to get better. But, there's obviously that fine line where criticism just turns into hate, and people kind of just blindly rage at games for kind of because it's popular to do that. But I'm just kind of hoping that eventually things calm down and everybody can just find a game that they enjoy, and everybody can just let everyone else be. And if you like a game or you dislike a game, it's completely fine. It's your choice. And you play what you like, and you don't play what you don't like, and that's the way it should be, and we shouldn't be attacking other people for liking games that you don't like. And unfortunately, I see a lot of that surrounding this game in particular. A lot of people come after people who say nice things about this game because they don't like this game, and that's not how we should be doing things. And we should just be happy that there's skateboarding games out there for everybody, and that's the way it's looking right now. I have a very positive outlook right now for the future of skateboarding games, because I just think that there is something to really capture a part of skateboarding that everyone enjoys. But I kind of think that this game is going to thrive in that multiplayer aspect, because the social element is great. If you watched the stream last night, you would have saw for yourself that like so many of us were just playing, skating the same spot, and there was maybe like 10-15 of us just skating the one spot and building things and just having a good time, and everyone's just doing stupid emotes and things like that, and it was a lot of fun. So the social element for this game is actually quite enjoyable, and I think that this is going to be the kind of go-to multiplayer skateboarding game for people. And then we have Session Skate Sim, which is the kind of main single-player skateboarding game for a lot of people, me included. Skitter XL also still has a big place in my heart, because that's what I built this channel off of originally. That's what this channel started, is Pigeon Thief XL. The OGs can remember that one. And although I don't really play Skitter XL as much anymore, I do still appreciate that game, and I appreciate the modders. And if you want like a super customizable experience, then modded Skitter XL, damn, on PC is kind of the place for you. If you want more of like a fingerboarding kind of inspired game, then Skate Lab is really good for that. There's just so much to choose from right now, and I just recommend playing all of them because they all offer something a little bit different. But right now, Skate is just being the kind of main one to keep me coming back, and I'm really enjoying it. Anyway, I'm just happy that this is finally out there and everybody's getting the chance to play it, whether they like it or not. They've got their hands on it, and I think that after you've played it, you know, that's when you can really form your opinion on this game. And hopefully we'll just start seeing a much more kind of positive outlook towards skateboarding games in the future, you know what I mean? Maybe that's too much to ask on the internet, but enjoying a game like Skate doesn't mean that you're just giving in to like the capitalist Fortnite free-to-play game mechanics. All it means is you're just enjoying another skateboarding game, and that is completely fine. I don't know if you guys saw that Skate also released a live action trailer for the release day, kind of in the style of the OG Skate intros, which were all live action with pro skaters, you know, kind of playing characters and stuff, which were one of the coolest things about the original Skate games. So they released a live action trailer, which is pretty good in my opinion. It was actually really cool. It actually captured a lot of the vibe that people wanted this game to have, which I thought was interesting. But it also featured a bunch of pro skaters as well, which I thought was kind of cool. So Sean Malto, Brianna Gearing were there because they both do voices in this game. Sean Malto is Shingo, Brianna is Izzy. But also, pretty sure Mark Gonzalez was in there. I need to rewatch it, but it looked like Mark Gonzalez. Also, Jerry Sue had a cameo. Atiba Jefferson had a cameo. Ishod Ware. There was definitely other pros that I probably missed, but it was a pretty cool trailer. But the trailer really captured that kind of vibe of the old games. So it kind of got me feeling a little bit like, okay, you know, they still know the vibe to go for, and they still know what people like. The fact that all those pro skaters featured in the trailer makes me think that, you know, obviously they still have some involvement in this game. Obviously, they had pro skaters do some voices, and they also had pro skaters do the mocap animations. A lot of people say that they think Nigel Houston did the tray flip animation because it looks like a Nigel Houston kind of tray flip. I don't know, because I feel like Nigel Houston would probably want to be paid a lot of money, and I can imagine they could probably get a pro skater for a lot cheaper than Nigel, who can also do steezy ass tray bombs. The fact that they got these pro skaters to feature in this trailer, you know, shows that hopefully they have some involvement in this game, and maybe down the line we're going to see some sort of pro skaters in this to some extent. But I see no reason why we can't have pro skater themed events where, like, say the Gons comes and visits Sand of Amsterdam, where he gives you challenges, and they get Gons to do the voice acting and stuff. And you know, they don't even necessarily need to have an NPC, but just have a little picture of the Gons come up, and then he, you know, gives you challenges, things like that. I think that could work, and that could be a pretty cool way to kind of include pros to some extent. You know, maybe the rewards that you unlocked are then themed around that pros sponsors. You know, you complete the Gons event, and then you get a pair of Adidas or something, or like you get a crooked board or something like that. There's so much stuff that they could do, and I don't know, just seeing all those pros in that trailer really kind of got me hyped. That was a nice line. I had to lock in for that line there. Yeah, I want to know how you guys are feeling about the game right now, because I know a lot of you have been waiting to play. A lot of people in the comments, you know, you guys have been watching my video, but you weren't in the playtest, so you were just watching, kind of waiting to get your hands on. So I want to hear from you guys specifically. If you've just played it for the first time yesterday, what is your opinion? Because I think for the people that have been waiting this whole time to play this game, they finally got to play it yesterday. Obviously, that day was kind of more impactful for you than it was for someone who has been playtesting it and has been playing it for, you know, the last few years or whatever. So I want to hear from you if it was like day one, that was the first time you touched Skate. What do you think of it? I think it's kind of interesting to see. If you see people in the green pants and the iHeart SV top, you know they're just coming straight from the tutorial. So it's very cool to see so many people that are just fresh playing this game for the first time. Nice. Should we skip this half pipe for a little bit? A little rock to fakie. Whoa, that was a weird way to come out of that. They've definitely improved transition a little bit. Pumping feels more like, well, like it just works better. That was nice. A little bit of double there. In the same shirt and the same hat. That's definitely a problem with the lack of kind of free-to-play cosmetics, is you're probably going to bump into a few people who are wearing the exact same thing as you. I will say that I feel sorry for all the new players who have to listen to the cheesy dialogue for the entire time that they're playing missions. But once you get past the missions, you can turn all that cheesy dialogue off and you don't have to listen to it ever again, really, so. Whoa, that was nice. Okay guys, well I think that is going to do it for today. So please do let me know below, what do you think of Skate? If this is your first time playing it right now, what is your first opinions? Do you agree with the mixed rating on Steam? Anyway, thanks very much for watching as always, and I'll catch you in the next video. Peace.